Hi, my name's Lindy and welcome to my channel. My website is www.lindycowling.co.uk. My email is info@lindycowling.co.uk. The email is to contact me for sessions. I still have some sessions left for December 2019. If you wish to make a session booking for January 2020, I will be taking session bookings for January on the 29th and 30th of December. So that I don't get a backlog of people, I'm going to take January 2020 session bookings at the end of December. And I do still have some December sessions left, which you can email me for now, and I can book you in for December 2019. The album Solar Transmissions is still available via MP3. All you need to do is donate £10 or $12 US. Drop me an email to say you'd like the album and we'll send that across to you. It's a series of activations and transmissions. If you wish to donate to me and to the channel, basically to keep us afloat at this point in time, I will leave the link down below this for donations. Thank you. So the title of this short impromptu video today is how templating fits into an ascension and or twin flame experience. How templating fits into an ascension and or twin flame experience. So there are various evolutionary consciousness templates within us, and the easiest way to describe it is outside of us as well. In a way, none of it is outside of us. It's all happening in here and it's all happening in here, but it's an easy way to describe what I'm about to describe. So there are different states of consciousness, templates, blueprints, circuit boards that one can link to, imprint on, that can affect one's awakening and one's raising in consciousness. One of those ascension templates, not the one, but one of them, let's say a significant one to do with awakening and to rebalancing masculine and feminine energy, to be making the unconscious conscious, is a twin flame template. So if you are someone that's awoken through a near-death experience, a shock to your life, soul shock, or you've awoken, suddenly you've started a heart awakening, or if you've awoken by connecting to someone through an ascension template, such as a twin flame template, which is one of them, and you can have a wake-up call through a twin flame template and not actually be a twin flame. I've covered this on my channel extensively. You can have a wake up by using that twin flame template as a trampoline of consciousness. In here, you could say out there, just as a way of explaining it. So if you're having a wake up call through something like that, a natural byproduct of awakening and aligning your consciousness, the rungs of consciousness, through an awakening template is for you to actually become a natural templater yourself. What do I mean by that? In a high proportion of people, so I like talking in size, color, codes, shape, using all the senses as a way of being descriptive, explaining things. When I tune in intuitively, let's say psychically, let's say from the heart, when I'm doing that kind of channeling side of things, I get information in a number of ways that I translate the information that I'm getting, so to speak. So I like talking in percentages a lot of the time. So in a high percentage of people, I would go as far as to say probably about 90% of those that go through an awakening experience through a key template, like for example a twin flame template, they become natural templators themselves. But this is why, if they become natural templators themselves, they need their own frequency to be in as good a shape as possible, because they're natural templators themselves, just like they imprinted on a template, twin flame template for example, an ascension template, others can imprint on the template they are, and if their template is distorted or off kilter or misaligned, or it's more negatively polarized, people can imprint on it in that shape and form, and they can actually, it can distort their frequency, the people that are imprinting on it. So 90% of people become natural templators themselves. It's a thing that switches on when they've actually gone through a templating of consciousness process that they've imprinted on. So they're either part of a twin flame template, or they've imprinted on it, or they've bounced off it in their consciousness to become awakened and rebalanced through that field, through that energy field, through that energy spectrum. So because they become natural templators, this means that others can imprint and be stimulated by their consciousness. They can also, let's say, template on behalf of others. So it means that, say they come into interaction with someone that's carrying a lot of stuff, a lot of unprocessed stuff, or a lot of big belief systems behind them, the templator can come in around them and then, if they're not careful, accidentally take on the belief systems attached to that person. Or when I say take it on, they can literally do this. If they're not aware it's happening, if they have at least a 20% part within them that aligns with the muck, shall we say, around the person that they've connected with, or they've worked with, or they've come into the energy field of, they can make their own synapse or circuit and actually take it on and think it's theirs. So easy example, a person that's been through an awakening experience, an ascension experience, that's a natural templator, or that has been switched on as a templator as a result of it, comes into the energy field of someone that has a lot of stuff around them. They could come from a family of massive belief systems, or very dark polarized energy, or a lot of unprocessed stuff of their own in their pain body. They come in around the natural templator. The natural templator is supposed to, by their nature, if stimulated, take on a lot of that stuff, pass it through them so it comes out alchemized, refined, neutralized, brought back to 0 point, taken to a balanced state. But if the natural templator here has a 20% or more emotional resonance with this person here, with the muck, with the junk, with the unprocessed stuff, say for example this one is got a lot of anger running to do with what's behind it, and this person here has got 20% anger, or this person here has got a huge amount of loss and sorrow, and this person here has got 20% sorrow, or this person here has a massive belief system or something, and the templator has an alignment with that belief system, the templator can accidentally take on, as if it was hers or his, this over here, and take it on and carry the weight of it and think it's theirs. If the templator realizes it's happening, all they have to do to break that link is to sort out their own stuff, the 20% or more of their own that matches that component. And they also just have to literally say a simple mantra: let all the energy that I'm feeling or have taken on that's not mine, that's supposed to pass through me to be alchemized, neutralized, taken back to 0 point, that space of equilibrium, let it pass through, let it move through me now. And also to just look at the 20% that actually was theirs. Oh yeah, I know what that is. I know where that started. Let's let that go. You can build into that mantra as well. pass through me all that energy that was not mine. Let it be taken out, to be taken to neutral. Just neutralize it. Or you can say, let all the energy that is not mine, and the proportion of it that's mine, let mine as well, that's going round a loop here, just be taken out and be taken to neutral. It's a natural byproduct that I've been seeing for years. Same thing happened for me, to me. I became a natural templator, which is a wonderful thing if your own raising of consciousness means that you're a natural template. Even my YouTube channel is a template, which, as I've been saying for a number of years now, it's a template, a living, moving template. But the challenging part of being a templator is realizing that it's happening and that you're doing it, because you can take on some pretty heavy archetypal stuff out there and some pretty heavy belief systems on behalf of the collective, not just from coming into the energy field of an individual. You know, you can take on a whole massive great template, and you can take on some of the characteristics of that template, or if you don't realize it's happening, and you can be having dreams that align with that stuff that you're processing. And you only have to have a tiny bit of charge, electrical charge, of experience, emotional experience, a little bit of that stuff in the background that is yours to make a whole synapse or circuit or loop there and take the whole thing on. So it's something to bear in mind. In other words, if you're experiencing a lot of stuff that suddenly seems negative, or a lot of stuff that suddenly seems overwhelming, or a lot of stuff that suddenly seems emotional when you've been around a certain person or around certain people or in a certain situation, or it's just come out of left field, because you don't have to be around people to trigger this. The collective stuff you can pick up on as a templator. What you need to do is first notice it, actually, you know, smell the coffee, actually notice it, and then sit down quietly just for about 5 minutes, less than 5 minutes really, you know, just close your eyes, go into almost like that meditative zone really, and ask all energy that is non-neutral, non-0 point, you know, non-neutral, to pass through you and come out, take it back to neutral. You can say in that mantra again, is this energy mine? Or you can even, if you don't even need to know that, if you don't even want to, you can just say, let all energy pass through me that's either keeping me in that loop or even doesn't belong to me and keeping me in that loop. Just let it pass through and take it to neutral. What you're doing is you're acting as an alchemist really. You're refining the energy that's passing through you and taking it back to a neutral, if you like, more balanced, if you like, higher form than when it entered, whether it was stimulated by you, whether it was 20% or more you, or whether it was the collective, or whether it was people that you were around that you've took that on accidentally instead of taking it through. So it is an amazing thing that we've been seeing for several years. Definitely the same thing happened to me, and the part of it that sucks a little bit is if you don't realize it's happening, you can literally be carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders and responding to things that actually wasn't yours to start with, and you don't realize it. So it's a question of, it's almost like good housekeeping, of keeping your energy intact, keeping your energy in a clean state, so to speak, is to check this out on a regular basis. When you really need to check it out is if you're noticing suddenly, wow, you know, suddenly things have taken a real dive, things out of the ordinary dive, which you feel that is not actually coming from you, but that it seems to be affecting you directly. Don't automatically assume it's your stuff. Don't automatically misinterpret it. One of the easiest starting points, like I say, is to check, actually, is this mine? And let this pass through me and be alchemized. Because a lot of it is down to being templators. Because as you activate through a raising of consciousness, an ascension, a rebalancing, masculine, feminine template, a wake-up template, all the same things really. If you are stimulated to awaken for a template, a high proportion of you will become natural templators yourselves for the collective's stuff. This is an evolutionary step. It won't last forever. This part of it won't last forever. People don't then have to be templators for the rest of their life. It seems to be for a certain period of time before, I mean, there's going to be a catch-up in global consciousness where eventually we don't have to do that templating role for people in the same way, because the mass consciousness will be steady, fixed enough so that we don't have to do that. So it's a temporary kind of thing, but it seems to be a high percentage of people go through that, you know, taking on that role, if you like, for the collective for a period of time. The key is to noticing it's happening. That's the key to everything. Anyway, I'm going to keep it short and sweet because I've got to go straight on to record a very personal for the patrons that I have on Patreon video for them straight after this, and I didn't plan to do this today. So I'll love you and leave you. Take care. Hope you enjoyed that. Hope you found it interesting, and hopefully see you soon. Bye.